Hi, thanks for joining us here on APCA TV. I'm Eric Lambert, and today we have Penn State-Berks Campus Activities Board. They have just rocked the whole APCA conference with an amazing 2 sessions that they've done. Now, with us today, we have Sarah Hallman, we have Katarina Zambanini, we have Kathryn Jordan, we have Preeti Patel, and their advisor is Brittany Schlechter. And they did this amazing presentation on member incentives and retention, and got rave reviews on it, and it was so exciting. We just wanted to stop and actually interview them and hear what they had to say about it. We're going to start with Sarah. Sarah, what inspired you to want to host a session here at APCA? I mean, we really love it when student boards get together and they come in and they present on their own. It's not just for staff, it's not just for artists and agents and associates, it's for students, and we want to have students share with students. So what gave you the idea to do it?
Our advisor definitely gave us the idea to present our own education session. She's always trying to just find many ways to just help us grow as individuals and work on valuable skills that everyone just needs in life later in life. So it's just something that we do, and she requires it when we come here because we go to other conventions earlier in the school year. So it's just something that she requires us to do because she's bringing us here as well, and we're using the money from our budget to bring us here. So it's something that she just wants us to try and do, and we had fun doing it.
Was it fun? You really had a good time with it, huh?
Yeah.
And it really showed because, you guys really were energetic and you were having fun. People came out having a good time. And did you enjoy it, Sarah? I mean, was it something as you were doing, you said, man, I could really do this. Something I'd like to do more,
Yeah, it is, and it's something within my major specifically, I have to do a lot of presentations in general, so this was good practice for me.
Fantastic. Katarina, let me ask you, why this topic? Why did you choose this topic?
Sure, that's a really good question. Well, as Sarah mentioned before, our exec board has attended multiple conferences in the past, and between all of us and another executive board member, Rachel Lynch as well, she wasn't able to be here with us, we really thought about what stuck out to us when we attended all these conferences between, going to other educational sessions, networking with other campuses, and the thing that we really noticed was that there was so much diversity in the structures of our organization. So we thought it would be really fun to have the opportunity to bring students together who were interested in trying to, broaden the horizon of different organizational structures and just have a conversation, tell them what we do, maybe get their insight, maybe let them give us ideas that they've gotten, and then even offer them the opportunity to get to tell us some of the things that their organizations do, because just because we do structure it a certain way or we don't structure it a certain way doesn't mean that it has to stay that way, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it doesn't work as efficiently. So exploring that was really nice.
So let me ask you guys, just as a whole, what were some of the member incentives that you described that you can do for your board to keep them incentivized, to retain them, to keep them on the boards? What are some good ideas?
Can I answer that one?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm chair of workers, so I deal mostly with, getting to know the workers. Well, we all get to know the workers, but I mean, getting to know, more about what they would like to work, what events that they specialize in, things like that. So one thing that we do is during meetings, we will set a goal for our biggest event. We'll have a comedian come by and, well, not come by, scheduled. And we'll have a comedian scheduled, and we'll have our students, our members, be oh, I think we can get 200 people to come to this event. Oh, I think we can get 250 people to come to this event. So we'll take a vote on who can get how many we can get. So these members are working to get all of their friends to come to these events. And the reward for that goal is that they get to pick out of a little mug. And in the mug, we have all these different dares that they have us do, or rewards. We have cookies and pretzels for meetings. Okay, yeah. So one of our I guess for me the worst, but for them the best reward was that they picked out one that said if we can reach, I don't even know how many, let's just say 200 people for our comedian event, we get pied in the face, as in the exec board gets pied in the face. They had
and our advisor.
Oh yeah, and our advisor.
And your advisor.
And Brittany.
Yeah, and Mom.
Brittany.
Shout out to Mom. So they had reached the goal. Actually, they had gone way above and beyond the goal. So
really
that is why Brittany
they really did.
had agreed to do the pie in the face as well. And I can honestly say I had pie in my hair for 2 days.
But-
It's okay, we got it done. So that is one big incentive that keeps them coming back. They're like, oh, the meetings are so much fun. Like, we have reason to come back. It's like,
So you really inspire a culture of fun, and everybody's involved with, including the advisor, in doing things that are free that help your marketing to come in with just like a pie in the face contest.
we had new
So-
members come in just because of that. They were like, oh, we want to get in on these days.
Oh, yeah.
So dares, if they pull something out and they say out of a jar, you get a pie in the face something. If you get so many people go to your event, and just neat little ideas like that, and does it help to engage the student population? They really come in.
Definitely. Yeah.
We really try to, the entire purpose of that is as a combined group, our CAB organization is our family. So it's not just us creating flyers, posting on Facebook, or doing anything for advertising. It's us working as a cohesive unit. How can I talk to my friends? How can, our members talk to their friends? Once one person talks to another person, who talks, it just goes on, and you can get so many more people there that might not have known that event was even happening. So it's a win-win for everybody.
So Preeti, tell us, what was the most rewarding part of doing this? What's the most fun you had? What if you could look at one thing about presenting? What was the coolest part of it for you?
I have a couple, to be quite honest. I think my favorite part was getting closer to the exec board because, we sat there and we talked about, what our topic should be, how we worked on our slides, as individuals. We had sat there in Katie's room for, an hour or two, just, laughing and, trying to think of funny points to add into these and what we would say. And it was just a good bonding moment. That was just, for a personal thing. But overall, I think that my favorite thing, one of my favorite things was seeing how nervous some of us were, getting up there and we were like, oh my gosh, what if I throw up? What if everyone laughs at us? What if I just completely forget what this whole organization is about? We were standing there thinking of the worst things that could happen. Yeah. And then we got up there and it was natural. We all just came out because we were talking about something that we're so passionate about and we're so involved in. And Rachel, oh my gosh, Rachel was so nervous and she was...
Rachel, tell us about Rachel.
Rachel is one of our board members and one of our best friends that wasn't able to be here. And she is, she's incredible. She works so hard in our organization and I wish she was here, but it happens. And she was saying how it was probably one of the most nerve-wracking things, trying to get ready for this, and she just blew it away. She was so good, and all of us, we were just how did we do that? It was so natural, and that was awesome.
That's so great because student life really is about students developing as people and coming out of their shells and blossoming and blooming. And to see that actually happen in front of you for student life professionals, that is what we really do this for. I mean, it's fantastic to see it in front of you. Kathryn, let me ask you, if you could tell people why presenting ed sessions as students is important to development, what would you tell other students that were thinking about maybe doing an ed session, and why do you feel like it's really important?
Sure. I think there's a broad range of topics that get covered in these ed sessions. And I know for me, I'll go to one and I'll find out 5 new things, and then I can bring it into my ed session and try to incorporate it. And for us, I know I kept asking our audience a lot of questions. I wanted a lot of feedback because I didn't want it to be just about us. I wanted it to be about APCA and all of the organizations. I wanted everyone to feel like a team. And it was just really fun getting to tell them how we run things and then getting to see how they do it. And we can make changes, they can make changes. It was just good, and everyone learned something.
What was it like? Did it help your self-confidence and your confidence as a presenter, as a student, and eventually as a professional, you think? Does it help build confidence in you that you're able to present and get in front of the other students?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
A lot.
I've presented before, not at a conference, and I was still super nervous. And I don't know why, because I talk to people in meetings for our organization all the time. But doing it here was so much pressure, but I'm so proud of everyone and proud of me that we did it because we accomplished something that I guess goes down in history. 2016 APCA, we did it. So yeah,
We made it.
You crushed it. You were amazing. I don't know why
Thank
you
you.
were nervous.
And funny you should say that, Katarina, because you actually did a session on your own as well, and it was positive leadership as told by friends, a TV show.
Yeah.
And to adapt a TV show into something like that brought a leadership lesson in from television. Really cool. Tell us about it.
Well, definitely. It was one that I was really excited that I had the opportunity to present. I'm a huge Friends fan, so I'm a little bit biased that I think it's one of the best shows ever. No big deal. But what I was really interested in doing was giving an opportunity for students to attend a session that was unlike anyone that they've ever been to before. You always have really important topics you always want to cover, but they tend to be a more traditional format, which works and it's good, but it's also good to shake it up sometimes, and that's what my goal was. So my reasoning behind this was really to give students an opportunity to develop more of a new technique for reflection, effective reflection that they could apply to any aspect of their life, and specifically I applied this to television shows. Because let's face it, we're surrounded by the entertainment industry. There's movies, there's TV shows. There is a plethora of different titles, everything that we can choose from. So if we're able to develop this technique, let's just say in this case with the TV show Friends, which is so much fun to watch, you're learning and you're enjoying yourself, and it's creating such a positive environment that if you're able to really develop this technique, you can develop your leadership style so much because you're able to watch TV and take lessons from it. How amazing is that you can be watching a movie just for fun, or you can be watching your favorite TV show with your best friend, and you can take life lessons from that honestly can change your life and that can change another person's life. To me, that was my goal, and I really hope that other people were able to develop that from it.
I have to tell you, just as a student life professional working in this industry, I'm so fired up when I see students that are so into this, that you've taken this challenge on and you've done so well with it. And I can only assume that your administration and your advisor are really supportive of you in presenting. What was that like? How were they working with you, your administration, your advisor, and supporting you and getting you here to APCA and helping you to present?
Sure. I think, if you don't mind me answering,
No.
one of the, I don't want to just start taking the answers. One of the things that I think I can speak for all of us that we appreciate the most was that our advisor, as much as she gave us insight, she was there to help us along the way. Mm-hmm. She didn't as much put her hands in the project because she wanted to make sure that we had leadership and authority on that. So when we walked out of that room, after that ed session was done, we could wipe the sweat off and be like, all right, we accomplished it, and you know what, we did it, and this was all us. It was something that we were able to accomplish ourselves with insight, but it was something that primarily we can say that we were responsible for.
Yep.
And that is something for our age. It looks amazing on resumes, amazing personal development, and just so many good things come from that. So,
you know, when you hear somebody say something like that, when you hear a student that puts that out there, I just really feel Brittany's spirit in the room here.
we tried.
Big shout out to Brittany. That is amazing. That you help students develop like that. I wish you were here so we could give you kudos on it. That's just tremendous. And you feel the support of your administration when you're here, and real student development. You talk about it, but when you actually get to be in the presence of it, and you see somebody come here and then leave transformed like this and feeling so much more confident. It's what we're all about in student life. Penn State-Berks, you're a wonderful example of everything that student life should be about. Thanks for being here at APCA TV with Penn State-Berks. We have a lot more. Look around.
APCA, baby!